Hey, it's Mark Eitel, host of the Mr. Mortgage Show, and you are listening to The Daily Dose. And today is Monday, June 27th, and I read a very interesting article, and I posted it to the Facebook page, talking about the number of Americans who are late on their rent or who have not caught up their rent from COVID. I was involved in a super interesting conversation around this article a little earlier today, and there were some people thinking that this might be another sign of pressure on the buyer side of this current market and may slow things a little bit further and start to tip the balance into a more neutral and then maybe buyer's market. And then another group of people in the conversation pointed out that it's unlikely these people were going to be buyers anytime soon, with the logic being that if they're unable to keep their rent payments current, they're most likely not saving up for a down payment. So a very interesting conversation around a growing number of Americans who are struggling to make their rent. And honestly, it's not too much of a surprise. It's super sad, but not too much of a surprise considering the way rents have increased over the course of the last 18 months. And they're forecasting that it's going to get even worse because I guess the summer months see a larger percentage of leases that actually renew in the summer months, which I guess is interesting. And again, it makes sense, right? Because in the summer, when the kids are out of school, I guess people are more likely to move so they don't disrupt the kids' school cycle. But I hadn't really thought about that. I haven't given that a whole lot of thought with, which months are the renewal period for leases. But it's something I'm going to watch because it's a growing concern that we're just pricing everybody out of all the housing markets. I mean, the low end to the high end prices and rents have just continued to increase across the board. And another thing to consider is there's not a lot of price pressure in the real estate market at the moment. Prices seem to be holding and still appreciating in some markets. So super interesting. So I'm not sure where we go from here. I am watching interest rates, obviously, although in my opinion, they're not the biggest pressure on housing prices by any means. It's still supply and demand, and there's no supply coming to the market. Although we did see new home sales tick up a little bit as builders seemed to be able to get some product to market in the last month or so. I just wanted to point out the rent thing as we're always looking for pressure points in the housing market so that we can stay ahead of any curve and keep our clients and our referral partners well informed. So it was an interesting article around rent delinquencies, and I posted it to the Facebook page. Go to Facebook and search the Mr. Mortgage Show. It's a short article. It was originally published in Bloomberg, but I know a lot of people don't have the Bloomberg paid subscription, so I posted a reprint of the article from a Washington State newspaper. But anyway, it's on the Facebook page. So we are watching the unemployment rate. We are obviously watching all recession indicators. The housing supply still seems to be constrained. Demand is outpacing supply. So at the moment, prices seem to be on stable footing, although demand is waning a bit in the face of these increasing interest rates. And now we're seeing a larger percentage of the rental pool who's going to be unlikely in the near term to be buyers. Again, assuming that if they're not able to pay their rent, they're not able to save. And, if they damage their credit in rental delinquencies, that's going to hurt them from the qualifying standpoint also. So that is putting a little bit of pressure on the buy side. But again, right now, supply still is the problem as demand outpaces supply. So anyway, hope you found that interesting. If you do find any of this interesting and you want to dive a little bit deeper, check out our radio show. We're live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on iHeartRadio. Just go to the iHeart app and search the Mr. Mortgage Show and you'll find us. Or visit the podcast page. All of the radio show replays are posted there every Saturday afternoon. And then all the Daily Dose episodes also are there. So you'll find the entire Mr. Mortgage audio library at themrmortgageshow.com, or check out Mr. Mortgage Radio. That also points to the podcast page. And lastly, you heard me mention the Facebook page. Go to Facebook and search the Mr. Mortgage Show, and the Facebook page will pop up. All the articles and data that we talk about, I always post those daily. And then check out the website. That's my last plug of the night. The website is www.mr.mortgage. That's www.mr.mortgage. Never a .com. Just type in Mr.mortgage. Again, my name is Mark Eitel, host of the Mr. Mortgage Show, and you have been listening to the Daily Dose. We'll talk again tomorrow.